Guess who's back, nigga? In the flesh. Still got the jail shit on and all that. You can't lose me that, nigga, man. Spread the word, I'm back in the flesh. Guess who's back, nigga? In the flesh. Still got...
What's going on, guys? So there are no real updates on the manhunt for Joshua Zimmerman. He is still at large, believed to be in the Memphis region. Now, the reward has gone up to $15,000, and yesterday, as you guys know, they enhanced the crime to murder one, which is compared to the previous charge, this one changes the game. It puts him on databases across the country. It puts him on the radar of Border Patrol, all points of entry for the U.S., points to get out of the U.S., from airports to train stations. I mean, everything in between. All of those places are on alert for Josh Zimmerman. What's interesting is that he may have help from a group of individuals. He may have had help from a group of individuals. Well, he did have help. That's a fact. It's just not known by how many people. It's more than two. That's all that's known. They have ties to satanic style cult, I guess is the best way to put it. They exist across the country, which is pretty crazy. So in the region that he's in, that he escaped from in DeSoto County, there is a cult there. They're a satanic cult. There's also a cult, the same kind of cult out in Houston. And I mean, they have chapters everywhere, which is rather interesting. This is the first of a kind for me, at least. I've never heard of a manhunt that involves a satanic cult, that involves somebody stealing evidence, that involves the person taking their surveillance footage with them, and that involves a guy that's cross-dressing, possibly. It's a very unique situation, guys, and the problem is it's Friday. This weekend, people are going to be going out in the Memphis region, and he will be too. He might be dressed as a woman. He might be dressed as a man. He is 100%. They know he changed his appearance. The last credible sighting was 14 days ago. Now, they have received other sightings, tips, information that they are pursuing, but the only solid piece of evidence is now 14 days old. And we have to look at it like dog years when it comes to manhunts. 14 days is a long time, and to not have a confirmed sighting in 2 weeks is a problem for many reasons, and that's why they also enhanced the reward, and they also alerted other resources that don't typically get involved in manhunts. Like we said last week, the CIA is involved in this manhunt, which is rather interesting. It makes you wonder, is Joshua Zimmerman an asset for the U.S. government, or is he a confidential informant? Is he somebody who has worked with authorities in the past? Is he of a military background? The CIA doesn't generally get involved with manhunts, especially in the U.S., unless they're chasing Osama bin Laden or something, which Zimmerman just is not. Even if he's a serial killer, it doesn't warrant the attention of the CIA. Is more for the homeland, terror related. When they come, nobody really knows what they did or what they do. Nobody knows if their mission is complete or if it wasn't. It's stuff that never gets out. And I've never heard of them responding to a manhunt when he escaped. They said he was wanted for attempted murder. That was the biggest downplay I think I've ever read. It's not attempted murder. He murdered people, women, possibly men. He raped, plural, women. He kidnapped, plural, women. It's not an attempt. There might have been an attempt out of a dozen other fulfilled crimes. But this individual is not an attempted murderer. He is a cold-blooded killer who kills for a thrill. He tattoos a name on a head. It takes a very peculiar and strange, almost, he surpasses a sociopath and a psychopath and stuff to that caliber when you bring a woman to your house or your place or your store or whatever tattoo artists do. I don't have a tattoo, but you don't bring them there. And I don't know how he's able to get them to do his name, but you don't do that and then blow their head off. That is a very sick individual. That is a demented individual. And he wanted to get caught, guys. He didn't kill the first woman in September of 23. No, that's the first woman he branded with the name Zimmerman. giving police a name and a lead on a killer. Usually when they do something like that, it's because they've killed for so long that they now want to get recognition, or they want to be known. They get a thrill out of it. They know that at this point, Zimmerman knows if he gets caught for one of the crimes, he's doing life. And to him, he might want to have the rap for all of the crimes he committed, plus some more. And that's why I'm saying, if you're in populated areas and in cities that surround that Memphis region, don't go out as much until this guy is captured. Because, for example, if he wants to go out with a bang, I wouldn't put it past Zimmerman to become an active shooter. I wouldn't put it past him at all. That is a very possible situation. It's very possible he'll take many hostages. It's very possible that he will go to a populated area, and if he is identified, that he holds that entire area down. And if he goes into a mall, we're talking hundreds of people, guys. And a killer that is a killer. It's not like this guy is thinking of killing, or he's a potential psychopath. No, he has killed, he has kidnapped, he has raped, he's going to kill, he's going to kidnap, he's going to continue raping. He's on the run, possibly dressed as a woman. His photos are being shared online. I know Dog got involved, and it propelled the coverage, which is amazing. We have to keep pushing this guy's mugshot, because you have to get familiar with his tattoos. Obviously pay attention to the face, but guys like this, when they become a woman or cross-dressed, it becomes almost impossible to tell. So pay attention to tattoos, pay attention to other features that you can see on the mug shots, the various different photos, some photos dating back to September 2023 that were released by the Houston police when they were trying to identify Zimmerman for the gruesome execution-style death or murder of that girl, where he wrote his name on. So if you guys see anything suspicious, and not just in Memphis, in any region, right now this guy can be in Connecticut, he can be in Pennsylvania, he can be in Jersey. They just don't know for a fact where he is, and it's similar to what we saw with Danilo Cavalcante. The residents caught Danilo. His accomplices caught Danilo, because he went back to his accomplices, all of them, which is strange. He went to every accomplice, but residents and his former accomplices are the reason he got captured, obviously with the help of the best tactical forces in the country. The U.S. Marshals are by far the best tactical teams this country and any other country has when it comes to chasing and capturing these monsters and bringing them to justice. There are various task forces on this, different branches of the U.S. The U.S. Marshals. They have, I think, 6 or 7 branches. It's turning into a big manhunt, and it is escalating by the day. Essentially, what you guys saw in the first week, that 7-day gap, now we're seeing that every day. So we're getting 7 days worth of push per day. And by Monday, if he's not captured, that's just going to keep amplifying, and it's likely going to become world news by Monday. You have an escaped potential serial killer raping and kidnapping women and men across the United States at large in small town America, in Memphis, Tennessee. That is not a place, nowhere in America is a place for a serial killer, but you don't want these kind of monsters to be out and about on the weekend. This weekend could be somebody's last weekend, guys. So I'm not kidding when I say don't go out. If you live in those regions, try not to go out unless you're going out with a group. Don't be out alone. This person has murdered, he has kidnapped, he has raped, and he will do it again. If you're at a red light and there's nobody around and you see somebody walking up to your car, blow the light. It doesn't matter as long as there's no other cars coming. The police will understand if you're in an area, you're by yourself, and you're worried that there's an escaped killer prowling. Hitchhikers, shit out of luck, don't pick any of them up, because this guy could be a woman, he could be a man, he can literally go from black to white to Hispanic. This guy is insane with how he is able to change his appearance. And comparing it to Danilo Cavalcante, this blew Danilo out of the water. Danilo is a noob compared to this guy. Danilo might have been a great Brazilian athlete, jumping like Zabumafu from trees and going through the brush and stuff, but he was not Zimmerman. If Danilo and Zimmerman were on the run and they ran into each other, Danilo would have been killed and probably raped and abducted. This guy, he does not care. Danilo was trying to get away. This man is trying to make a name. Big difference, guys. He doesn't care about getting away. It's more so for a name. And when somebody wants to make a name for themselves and they have nothing to lose because they are already facing life and possibly the chair, if he's charged in Texas, he's got nothing to lose. So adding 15 bodies won't change it. Adding 50 bodies won't change it. Adding 400 bodies won't change it. No matter if he was to have the next genocide, it wouldn't change it. He's doing the same sentence. Life or death, no matter what. There is no in between. He's not going to get acquitted. And if somehow he does, he's got a tour of other cities and states that he's going to. This individual wants to kill for the thrill. It's not like he's fleeing the country. He is tying up loose ends. He is finding other victims. God knows if he already, for all we know, he might have killed and taken cars and left the state. I mean, there are people that are going missing in those regions, but that happens a lot. Obviously, when you have an escaped sociopath and potential serial killer on the loose, everybody that goes missing turns into a potential tie to this until it's cleared. It's almost like the Zodiac killer, the way this guy operates. He'll go to the park. Say you are on a date with a girl at a park in Tennessee that's deserted. This is the kind of guy that'll walk up to you guys and blow the boyfriend's head off, kidnap the girl, assault her, and then kill her. And for a week or two, people would say, oh, that guy must have kidnapped his girlfriend. No, they were both killed. That's the kind of guy we're dealing with. The kind of guy that will kill couples, that will start controversy, that people will think, oh, maybe they ran off, which is why we shared that first responder missing post, because that post is very peculiar. You have 2 first responders missing, and at first it sounded like they were trying to place blame on one of the firefighters, and then that other firefighter's family was placing blame on the other ones, and the police are saying they're both missing separately, and it's a very peculiar case, and it's something that almost is reminiscent of the movie The Zodiac. If you guys watch the movie and you see how mysterious he is, they never caught that guy because of his ability to evade capture and likely change his. I mean, he still is, I guess, the only one that truly got away. And Zimmerman he's not going to get to that level because he cannot get away. We don't know who the Zodiac is or was, but we do know who Joshua Zimmerman is. So I'm not even going to apologize to that other one. But we do know who Zimmerman is. So when it comes down to this guy, he hits all of the check boxes. Deadly, he's a sexual predator, and he abducts people, adults. He's a strong individual. He can overpower you. Remember, guys, he's running from possibly the death penalty or a life in prison. So what doesn't? If he kills you, it's not going to change his sentence at all. Period. It's not. He's going to do the same sentence. He's going to be cutting hair in prison, giving tattoos, and then maybe blowing people's heads off behind bars with whatever tools they have. But you'll be dead. This guy has nothing to lose, whereas us, the public, the general public, we have everything to lose. We aren't killers. We aren't miscreants. We're not kidnappers. We're not rapists. We belong in a civilized society that's free of the Zimmermans of the world, and we have to make sure that he's brought to justice. I'm going to go live again later on. I'm going to see if I can make a couple phone calls, see if there are any updates. All we know right now is the reward is going to keep going up. Be on the lookout. Do not approach. Do not apprehend. If you live in DeSoto County and you see something, call the U.S. Marshals or the FBI. Any other regions, call 911 immediately. Report anything suspicious, anything. Everything is on the table right now. And for the weekend, if you're in those regions, cancel your plans. That way you can come back on Monday and hopefully he's captured. So we'll talk to you guys then. And again, his last known physical sighting was DeSoto County, but he is believed to have reached Memphis, Tennessee. There is no surveillance in Memphis yet, but he is believed to be, they are almost positive, in the region of Memphis, Tennessee. The last sighting was DeSoto County 14 days ago today, or possibly 15 days ago today. So it's been over 2 weeks since there's been a photo, a video, or an iota of evidence of this guy out and about, which is terrifying. So he's either laying very low and giving it until the weekend to go out when it's more populated, or he is journeying to wherever he's going. The thing is, they don't have a pinpoint location. They don't have a perimeter. They have an idea of where he will go, and that is Connecticut. They are in contact with, sorry guys, I'm at the park and a dog just jumped into the water. So they alerted law enforcement officers essentially on every path of travel that would lead to Connecticut from Mississippi and the Memphis region, and also other detours in case he's going toward Mexico, which would be a great thing if he went toward Mexico, because they'll catch him at the border. Again, they have alerted all ports of entry for the United States. This is now a murder manhunt. It is no longer a suspected murderer. He is charged with murder in the first degree for at least one murder. There are potentially 3 murders total that we are aware of. There is a kidnapping and a rape in Connecticut. There is a second rape in Connecticut where he has another warrant out for his arrest. The homicide in Houston, he has a warrant for murder of the first degree. He has a warrant in 6 or 7 states, all violent, top of the level. I mean, like this F1s, which is like the top felony, that's his rap sheet, but on a scale that almost, I don't know how to put this, he almost was able to find a loophole in the criminal justice system where he was committing these crimes in various states, and now they're catching up with him very quickly. It went from a suspected murderer to murder in a matter of 2 days, and they're going to enhance it again for a double murder. He's going to be charged with at least 2 counts of murder in the next couple of days, so they're going to enhance the reward again and obviously bolster the patrols. So the charges are going to keep going up as they learn more, and when they run his DNA through the national database, that's the goal, guys. That's what they want to do. They have reason to believe that this might link him to a large number of cold cases that otherwise that didn't make sense. It's not like the Long Island serial killer where they were able to profile him even though they botched that case. When they did profile him, now they are how do I put it, I guess, going back and looking for missing prostitutes and women of that industry, and that's how they're piecing together who he victimized and murdered. With a guy like Joshua, these aren't prostitutes that are coming to him. These are people, like women that find him on Facebook Marketplace for a tattoo or other stuff for a date. This guy is charming. He's like Ted Bundy, but sicker. He is manipulative. He's able to talk his way into anything. He's able to change his appearance night and day. He could become a white guy, a black guy, a Hispanic guy, a white woman, a black woman, or a Hispanic woman. He has 6 potential different, completely opposite appearances. I mean, he can be at the Super Bowl and we wouldn't recognize the guy if he's dressed in a blonde wig. And, you know, because in today's day, stuff is kind of offensive. So if you call, I guess, the police on a woman that looks like a man that could be Zimmerman, I guess that's offensive, but it is what it is. There's a killer on the loose, and he's known to cross-dress. He's known to be bisexual, and anything is on the table. So again, if you see something, don't approach, don't apprehend, just call 911. And even if you think don't hesitate. Don't think that you're going to waste resources. You're not. Let them figure that out. No matter what it is, let the police figure out if it's something worth filing a report or pursuing. They'll come out, they'll look, and they'll tell you. They're not going to arrest you for calling in something suspicious at all. They might thank you, because right now they need your help. They need the residents to be on the lookout. They need everybody to have their eyes peeled, because somebody's seeing this guy right now. He's out and about. It's possible that somebody's watching this stream, walking behind him or her, whatever it is today. It's very possible that he has a phone. Actually, it's almost a 99% chance that he has a phone. And it's to the point where authorities are slowly going into a panic mode because of public safety and what this can cause for the weekend, especially in populated areas. Again, I'm going to have more information tonight. I'm going to see if I can get any updates, and I'll check in with you guys when I hear anything. So I'm going to end this like FaceTime. It's the weirdest thing. But again, do not approach, don't apprehend. If you guys see him, call 911.